Unit 3, Track 7. A hero lined with gold. Alexander the Great is the man who had conquered 90% of the known world at that time by the age of 27. Alexander the Great was born in July 356 BC. He was born in Pella, Macedonia. He was the first son of King Philip of Macedon and Olympias, Princess of Epirus. Alexander's father was a sensible ruler. His mother had a fierce temper. However, luckily, Alexander was born with all of their best qualities. As a boy, Alexander was ambitious and competitive. He wanted to be a better king than his father was. The character that fascinated him and captured his imagination was Achilles, the great Greek warrior. He had read about Achilles in history books, and he was told by his mother that they were relatives. Alexander thought of Achilles as a warrior idol. Achilles' strategies in battles made him a great hero to the people's minds. Thus, Alexander the Great used to compare himself to Achilles and always looked for opportunities to emulate him in war, in love, in the call of duty, in everything. Like Achilles, Alexander was very strong. He had the strength of a man when he was just a child. In his youth, he tamed a wild horse no other man could tame. This horse acted as a companion till Alexander died. When Alexander was 13, he went to school. Aristotle, a famous Greek thinker and teacher, taught Alexander. With Aristotle's guidance, Alexander loved to learn. Aristotle encouraged his love of literature and history. Alexander was also a natural athlete. He would take part in sporting competitions with other boys of his age. At a very early age, Alexander's name was enough to strike terror in the hearts of the enemy. Alexander led his troops from the front and set an example for his companions and his army. Like Achilles, Alexander was fearless and went into any challenge with the belief that he could win. He suffered many near-fatal wounds in his military life. In just 8 years, Alexander's empire stretched from Macedonia to Persia to Egypt to the northwestern borders of India. The Macedonian Empire was enormous and certainly powerful. He spread Greek knowledge across his world, creating a lasting impact on it. His expedition and his own personal interest in scientific investigation motivated scientists to advance in the knowledge of science, geography, and natural history. Shortly before beginning the planned Arabian campaign, he suffered a high fever. The fever became stronger with each following day to the point that he was unable to move and speak. He stopped fighting his illness and passed away on June the 7th, 323 BC. Alexander the Great, the Macedonian king and the great conqueror of the Persian Empire, died at the age of 33 without designating a successor to the Macedonian Empire. The Romans were strongly influenced by Alexander's empire. He left a lasting image of Greece as the mightiest empire of its time, and perhaps of any time. Alexander is the human with the capacity to show extreme cruelty and extreme compassion, but he was still only a human who chose to live like a hero.